Cosmic Mind UV. Hope all is well. Call of Duty. Call to action. Call to action. Part 2. Black women or men, black men, indigenous, copper tone, melanated. Men versus women. This syndrome. Let the beat ride. Real quick. Alright. I'm talking about this well, let me share real quick. Y'all ride out to the beat for a little while. Just for a second. Just for a second. Ride out to the beat. All right. Cosmic Mind UV. Hope all is well. Please share, please donate, please subscribe, etc. Hope all is well. Oh man, this is the Willie Lit syndrome. Nowadays, it's the Willie Lit syndrome in overdrive. It's the Willie Lit syndrome in overdrive. The goal of the Willie Lynch was to pin the melanin woman against the melanin man, to pin the copper tone, melanated, etc. Woman against her son, for the most part, or emasculate him, and make it feel like it's normalized to basically, normalize a lot of the things that's really not just now going on, but been going on, like I said, whether it's been in movies or different things to kind of make people get used to certain things, and even back in the certain eras, you know what I'm saying, with the music, the entertainment, the interactions on different lower levels, and like I said, right now you see it on a lot of different platforms. The man versus woman. Should a woman do this? Should a woman do that? Should she not? Should she cooperate? You know what I'm saying? Are the men doing this? Are the men not doing enough of this? Are the men not stepping up? Are the men weak? You know what I'm saying? Are they zesty? Are they sassy? You know what I mean? It's all types of everything going on right now. You know what I mean? It's all over. And so, I just had to, just do a little freestyle on it real quick and just, put a little bit of some type of, I guess, elevation on it and move on to the next topic. Got a topic about poly later, 8 p.m. You see what I'm saying? All of, a lot of the aspects of poly and different things of that nature. That'd be part 1. But yeah, man, it's been, like I said, it's just been this competition. Whether it's been, reason why I say sports is, it's like, even back in the days, in my era, we had what they call tomboys. You see what I'm saying? So they were the ones, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, whether something happened to them, with a family member or some type of tragic experience where they got touched or some type of something, to where it made them, uh, you know, not not figure out more of their femininity or whatever have you, made them get more into their masculine, like overly hyper overly masculine. So you know, you know what I'm saying. So you had, back in my era, you had tomboys. You know what I'm saying. And so, I'm pretty sure they got them now, but they might not be as rough. You know what I'm saying? Tomboys back in the days, them shorties could scrap real. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they beat you in racing and all that. But yeah, man, yeah. So, if you fast forward to a lot of things that happened over the last 5, 10, 20, about 20, give it about 20 years as far as just overall, whether it's current events, whether it's political stuff, whether it's, nutritional stuff, whether it's propaganda stuff, whether it's, I don't watch TV, see, so I haven't watched TV, you know what I mean, I mean, so many years. I mean, every now and again I peek in on something because, I might, if I'm traveling somewhere and I'm staying in a room or something, it might just be on. But as far as like, a consumer and consumption of, tell lies to your vision, tell lies to your vision. As far as a heavy consumption of that, it's just like, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what got a lot of melanin, copper tone, indigenous, black, or whatever level you on, people in a frenzy with each other. And this I'm saying, this is not this is not like a new, fresh topic. You got people that boosted up as far as getting popularity, whether it be different shows or talk shows or what's the dude? Maury had a talk show. Who's the father? You know what I'm saying? For like dumb long. You feel what I'm saying now? Of course, he had a mixture of different beings. He had a mixture of different people up there. Yeah, absolutely. However, it still goddamn produced a lot of goddamn dysfunction. I know it was a whole lot of ones before that, but that's just another, example of different things. And like I said, um, it's like a tug of war. It's like this tug of war. It's like a lot of melanin, whether they young, whether they elder, in betweens, whatever have you, tweens, whatever, is the melanin woman some type of way, whether it's they subscribing to the feminist movement, you feel me, whatever variation of that, you know what I'm saying? Because you got the old school feminist movement chicks that's been in it for like so long, and then you got the, like the religion feminist movement one with a little bit of mixture of religion in there, you know what I'm saying? So it's just this tug of war of brain sets and mindsets and behavioral patterns and just tug of wars and like, and people say in a lot of the topics with the relationship shows or different platforms or different spaces that do the relationship stuff, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them talk about like, a man want the feminine energy, feminine, but we have to understand feminine comes with both two sides too. You see what I'm saying? They say men are masculine and feminine, absolutely. What I'm saying is you have some women that are dark feminine, like when they go through certain amounts of trauma, and whether it's fresh or super old or a little bit old or whatever, they have this thing called dark feminine. You feel me? So it's like when a lot of women saying they healing, got do shadow work, they went through this and that's this and that. It's like they got this dark side, and a lot of them will tell you that, like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of men aren't aware. They're thinking like they're men are getting more, some men are getting more aware, but it's that dark feminine side that a lot of people don't touch on, that when women going through their different things going on with the moon, different things going on with the waters, different things going on with the nature. If you know if she's nature, then you know what I'm saying, the man has to be raw, you know what I'm saying, or something that's cultivating nature. You see what I'm saying? And then nature, If nature is chaotic, then I'm talking about if we all are like nature beings. You know what I'm saying? As far as the masculine, feminine, as far as the indigenous melanin original people type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But they, what we would say, you see the masculine principle in nature and you can see the feminine principle in nature in just a variety of different places and areas and locations, you know what I'm saying? And so when they are at odds, or like especially when like if a woman's womb or yoni is unsettled or in chaos, or if you have multiple women or multiple feminine energies, whether they're younger or elders, whatever have you, if they're tied to the nature and the overall cultivation of synchronicity and harmony and different things that correspond within nature and different things of that nature, then or different things like that, then you're gonna you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be certain mix ups in the weather patterns. I mean, minus them, controlling the weather and shit like that. We'll get on all of that other stuff, another live and stuff like that. But as far as the youth, them, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the men that are this dysfunction in some sort of way, or misled, or what they would call oversensitive or sassy or too something, or you know what I mean, too old masculine or something. You see what I'm saying? It's usually a woman will try to what? If she date a dude, one of those variety of men, they try to find what? The source of the female or the woman or your mother or what was your mom's like? What was your upbringing like? And it's usually it depending on if it's a rare occasion of, okay, pops was a whatever abusive in different varieties. You see what I'm saying? But like I say, a lot of the dudes that a lot of ladies are finding situations, different problems with, or they're saying different varieties of things, like these men are nowadays are soft and things like that, it's because they're exposed to a lot more stuff via entertainment, via a lot of things that uh let's come on with it, like a lot of women are attracted to, like the flash and the glitz and the glimmer. So a lot of men and boys and teenagers and shit like that, they tie on to that shit early. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's why I was saying about the Steve Urkel effect. Most instances, especially teenage and shit like that, most women and girls, and the girls that, the what's up, whatever, they're not really checking for the dudes that's the brainiac, the mathematician, the debate club, you know what I'm saying? So see, that's some of the narratives and some of the things we got to change. Not to say a brainiac isn't, because it's some dudes that's athletes that's crazy smart, like Kyrie Irving's and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. You see what I'm saying? So, uh, this Willie Lynch syndrome is going back and forth with men and women want to be heard. And to me, women have been being heard. You see what I'm saying? It's just that who have they been yelling at? Who have they been yelling to? You know what I'm saying? Who have you been yelling to? Have they been, whomever, them, they, those, whoever, 70s, the 60s, 50s, the 80s, the 90s, whatever, like who have they been yelling we are not being heard to? You feel me? And I know it's been a lot of brothers and kings, men, whatever have you, that have been doing their best to facilitate that right there. Now the playing field is really level. I mean, that's why you see so many different platforms and shows and different spaces. Now whether they productive or not, or worth consumption or not, or whatever have you, that's up to whatever have you, debate or whatever have you, your interpretation. But you have different spaces that a lot of women flock to, or a lot of men flock to. You got the manosphere, and you got a lot of different woman stuff, and then you got a lot of women, that are catering to the men. You know what I'm saying? Women coaches, So it's a lot of people that in the simplistic way are going through a lot of situations with each other, and until overall on a consistent basis, um, the melanin man and woman, the original beings and different things, and I'm not saying it's gonna always be love, but it can always be some version of harmony. You see what I'm saying? Practicing intellectual, emotional intelligence, and things of that nature. A lot of things come with repetition. You see what I'm saying? That's just like building a workout, or building up, your conditioning for your cardio, or some things just come with repetition and consistency. Some things do go. A lot of times, a lot of people are like, well, I was gonna say, chasing like, especially in sometimes in a lot of relationships that's, divorcing and separating. A lot of people are chasing like feel good moments and feel good feelings, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Whatever type of feel good feeling it may be. You know what I mean? uh, feel good memories. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of instances, the real relationship begins, friendship or partnership or whatever ship it is, begins when things start to get a little, not necessarily stale, but it's like, people get used to each other. The woman or the chick or the man or the woman or whatever get used to each other, shit like that. And then, like I said, then that's when it's kind of like the difficulty thing, starts to happen, depending on what type of outside things both of them are, consuming, and different things. When you have to go to this outside matrix. Let me see. But yeah, man, yeah. I mean, just it's like you seeing like a wide range of, single women. You seeing a wide range of single men. You seeing a wide range of people that's in relationships. And then, like I said, when you start to do a little bit of analysis or analytics on some of these relationship forums or different things of that nature, people, it's like people are just really in seeking and searching of this perfect person that's gonna like have these perfect moments for, like these perfect dopamine chemical moments, all the time, like every day, every moment of the day, every situation, every circumstance, like every, you know what I mean? And it's like I said, the media stuff or whatever. It's been a good thing to, depending on how people use it. And I mean, it's been a lot of bigger illusion to people, because a lot of people are thinking they have more options, because instead of being like, back in the days, or certain back in the day, when it was like the voice dating chat or the phone chat or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now a lot of people got date apps and shit. And, certain people get catfish. They got a whole show about shit like that, because people are so, a lot of people are so desperate. And when we desperate may not be a bad thing, depending on the intensity of it and what it's directed towards. I would say, you know what I'm saying. But a lot of people get so desperate and severely desperate to where they get catfished or get into different situations. But the petty arguments, man, and just I understand. A lot of women carry different trauma in their, y'all can say, yoni and womb, and different things of that nature. You got a lot of different variety of men out here that carry a lot of trauma from men and women. You know what I'm saying? You got some women that carry a lot of trauma from women as well. You see what I'm saying? That they went through stuff with their aunties, their moms, or they might have been in a foster system, or different variations of different things. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like this big ass tug of war between the black man or the melanin man or the copper tone man and woman. It's been so long. It's been going on for so fucking. It's been going on for so long, man. Um, that's why the dating pool and the rotation of the shit is looking like the divorce rates, and they making money off of that shit. They've been, come on, they got shows about it. They've been having shows about So they make money off the dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make money on both ends. They're gonna make money off the dysfunction, and then they're gonna sell you, eHarmony or different, they're gonna sell you different experiences or whatever like that. But like I said, hey, you know, so like I said, just it's tough. It's really really tough because you got so many mixed generations mixing in with each other and mixing mentalities, mixing realities. Uh, and like I said, it's just like if you go on, TikTok or different things, just kind of do some market research or some research, so to speak, just to kind of see what just what different melanin or predominantly melanin or black or copper tone platforms what they're talking about is usually now, yeah, the ones that salute to the ones that's talking about more stuff with more substance, man. You know what I'm saying? And not just about a celebrity dude or they talking about should woman do this or that or if it's traditional wife and like I said, a lot of that shit is Eurocentric stuff, man. You see what I'm saying? I mean, depending on what era you probably come from now, hopefully your lineage didn't come from no croppers or ones that was in the field workers. Maybe hopefully they did come from some type of royalty if you trace your lineage back or your bloodline back or your whatever have you. However, we can always turn over a new note. Um, the biggest exported, well, a lot of the biggest exported group, they depend on us to stay, as far as the melanin man and woman, copper tone, black, whatever have you, for us to stay in a chaotic state, in a frenzy or a fluctuation of petty arguments, meaningless arguments, uh, keeping these systems filled and shit. You know what I mean? It's like this overwhelming mentality of, nowadays with a lot of women, is I'm gonna do what I want to do. I gotta do what I want to do. Now I don't know where that come from. As far as now, people always want to do what we want to do. And now when we don't plan or we don't think things through, what happens? When we do what we want to do, we have certain what repercussions and reactions and different things that we don't see. Even when we was teenagers, children, different shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when we was teenagers and adolescents, we wanted to sneak and see the girls wanted to sneak and see the little boy or little girl, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or, the little boy want to sneak see, you want to do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking of that long term repercussions. Somebody end up getting knocked up. You know what I mean? Or you know what I'm saying, was entrusted with certain stuff, you know what I'm saying. I was what they call a latchkey kid, you know what I'm saying. I had the keys to the spot. So, that's a whole lot of trust, you know what I'm saying, when you get to a certain age, you know what I'm saying, or certain juncture or phase and shit like that. But yeah, you have a lot of I mean, if you sometimes when I'm out at events, man, if you just sit back and observe when it's a lot of young beings and see the young youth and stuff interacting, just sometimes when they interacting with each other, you know what I'm saying, you can kind of see certain ones that's a little more uh ladies, I'm telling you, when your daughters are not around, they are really, really, really a reflection. And that's for both children or whatever have you, but they're really, really a reflection of whoever they're really fond of or whoever they really study the most. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, in a lot of instances, sometimes when, the ladies think, oh, she can't hear me talk or I'm in the other room. Like children are recorders. Like you may as well say till they damn near 10 years old or 8 to 9 years old, they're recorders. You see what I'm saying? And they're open to a lot of things and they pick up a lot of things. So a lot of the you know, when people talking about, like the youth or the youth that where they dress or inappropriate dress or different things, in a lot of instances it's the people that is their handlers or their parents. It's just a reflection of that. You see what I'm saying? That's just the youth. Them is just usually the end result of, whatever person they're around a lot of on a regular basis. You see what I'm saying? What they see, what they environments are created around them, or are the same around them on a regular basis. The conversations they hear, or the arguments, or the disagreements, or do they see any conflict mediation? Different things in that nature. Um, as far as what I'm saying, with the like I say, with the men, it's like it seems like the men are, most dudes that have some type of cool, righteous intention, or pure righteous intention is like, they're just wanting the cooperation because they seeing the, most dudes are seeing the success rate when they have the cooperation of their women, or certain women, multiple women, whatever women in their corner, as far as beyond the material stuff. You see what I'm saying? I know we want the material gain as well. That's what most will be gunning for. You see what I'm saying? Um, most dudes are materially driven because they want to impress who? Yeah, we want to impress ourselves. Most dudes want to impress themselves. But at the end of it, who are they really? Who are they really going to for real impress? Who are they? Who was the goal for them to really impress? You see what I'm saying? So when so like I said, with the poly thing, I'm gonna get on that later. I'm gonna save that for later, 8 p.m. You know what I mean? I don't even want to really talk about that. But a lot of ladies, man, is if I always ask ladies, you know what I'm saying, in certain junctures, like if it was like a shutdown, you know what I'm saying, or if certain elements shut down, or certain uh, different assistants cut off, like, what I'm saying, are you, are you prepared to really, really go through it? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of sisters going through, a lot of odd ass, situations. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's systematic shit, whether it's, some type of assisted care or whatever, or, different this and that. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of youth goddamn disappearing. I've been seeing a lot more of the missing children and different. I've been seeing a lot more of the missing children and different things in that nature on my timeline. A lot more youth death. So it's some large dysfunction going on, man. You got the teachers, what they call the teachers in them facilities, in certain facilities, the ones that do care and do their thing, and whatever have you, saying about the reading levels and different things. So I mean, and a lot of people are just in what they call the old fashioned rat race. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Rats chasing after, some type of corporate cheese, or some type of corporate goal, which is, again, what I'm saying, when you understand the game we playing, and the game we're in, and the simulation we're in, what I'm saying, when you get more vast at understanding it, and looking at it from a more righteous perspective and multiple different angles, you just understand the situation of the veil, and the things that's been what they call systematically done, and different things. Now people are working their way out of it, figuring that out, and doing the paperwork. But like I said, the tug of war with the men and women, man, is, with the melanin man and woman, or the indigenous man and woman, it's gotta come to something gotta give. You know what I'm saying? On both sides, like it's gotta be some type of compromise, or some type of middle ground, or something. I mean, for men, a lot of men, or hundreds of men, to be begging for cooperation. That's all submissive means, is to cooperate. Um, you know, it's almost like I said, when they do certain skits and certain comedy skits, when they do like skits of, like, what women think is like, what a dude would say a certain thing, and then what is actually going through is translated through a woman's brain. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of instances, we might say we might say a specific certain thing that's just a nothing malicious, nothing whatever. Now, depending on depending on what in mood or emotion or feeling she may be in, her interpretation may be a complete different bust down or vision of what you said. It could be something very, very simple. Um, so, uh, and then, a lot of things I'm, finding out as far as, of course, the Bladers with the waters, the corresponding with the moon and all of this other good stuff. So it's just like, okay. So it's just, like I said, you got tons of men out here begging for what they call femininity, what they call feminine energy. But like I keep telling y'all, fellas, and, man, I'm going to have to, dive into that more. When they doing the shadow work, that means they in the dark. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of, especially with that body count thing. If you got a large body count, that means you taking on a lot of entities. You know what I'm saying? And they have a lot of different entities depending on the person that the person is doing whatever, or the woman is doing whatever their thing with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the culture, a lot of the culture now is be promiscuous as much as possible. Like, don't have no preservation, don't have no type of modesty about yourself, don't, just let it all hang out. And hey, if it's working for you, if it's working for you on a consistent basis and getting you the results that, but what they say in them commercials and different products, results may goddamn it vary. Results are definitely gonna motherfucking vary. So just make sure you're not looking at someone else's results and thinking that you gonna get the same thing. You know what I mean? Um, a lot of men and women are lonely. You know what I'm saying? Whether they with somebody or whether they just in the world in general. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men and women or melanin beings or different melanin beings, copper-tone beings, are coming into a high levels of consciousness and frequency and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's overwhelming to your system. And then more so than ever, when you get your knowledge of self up higher, you're gonna need, you are going to, you're going to need someone that really, really is on that frequency level or higher, preferably a little bit higher. You see what I'm saying? Uh, and a lot of times we don't, people study each other in relationships to uh, bring out some type of argument or some type of petty shit or some type of bullshit down the road, or instead of studying their mate or person that they're with, you know what I'm saying, or corresponding with, to better, their mood, to better their result, to better their whatever it is, thought process, situation. I'm not talking about jumping through hoops. I'm not talking about fucking rings of fire. You know what I'm saying? However, it's a lot of instances, a lot of arguments come from, a lot of just pettiness or lack of just wanting to give a fuck. You know what I mean? And then even on this one relationship video, I should have had it. If I hold on, let me see if I got it somewhere. Hold on, y'all enjoy the music real quick. Let me see if I got it. Hold on, let me see. Well, nah, I'll get the video. I'll get the video another time. But the dude, it was a relationship. It was a couple. And they got a podcast show. They got their space, and the dude was just saying when I guess the husband or whatever have you was saying when it's when you don't want to be accountable or whatever, what's going on, like what she was like. A lot of times women, she was like, what the wife or whatever have you was like, a lot of times women just don't want to be bothered with it. They just don't want to be bothered with it. They just, you know what I'm saying? They just don't, what I mean? That was on the show. So I would have to, get my other phone and do the show and all that. And, like going to get all of that, you know what I'm saying? But, like I said, it's, people say, it's tearing down relationships. It's like, you gotta, like, people yell balance out until it's time to get balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to always talk about the mushy side and having all of these positives and stuff like that, which is great. However, you know what I'm saying, we have to have certain conversations where it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying, the ultimate reality is, a lot of instances in relationships, a person's feeling like you have a lot of men saying like they're hearing a lot of what their women saying. Most instances, the ones that give a fuck, that's the main woman, because you got side women now. Like you got so much of the unproductive culture that's being pushed. You know what I'm saying? Being the side chick and just it's man, it's so much. It's just so much. Having high body counts, it don't matter. It don't matter about preserving your body. It don't matter about preserving your yoni. It don't put your mouth, whatever you using. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter about preserving your whatever. Your first thing is self-care and all of that. It doesn't matter. See, again, the era I was from, being a virgin was a thing. You see what I'm saying? Now I understand the virgin thing is few and far between nowadays because again, it's so much promiscuous bullshit and over sexualized bullshit that's pushed all the time. And this is why I always say we have to give our young youth, them especially, the reality check of these are entertainers just like wrestlers or just like any other entertainers. They have this thing called an alter ego. That's why I'm gonna do a show about ego, because you have your professional ego, you have your personal ego, like you have all of these different versions of ourselves, you feel me? So we have to overstand, we have to make them overstand, like yo, and then us as adults, like god damn people, man, because I be seeing like I be seeing mad, I'm talking about women of all different variety levels. I don't want to say age groups because it don't matter about the functionality of your brain. So, or I mean, just subscribing to emasculated behavior by dudes, whether they putting on dresses, whether they got BBLs. You got dudes out here with that type of shit going on, like, and then it's just women co-signing a lot of that shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, everybody's good. Everybody should be good. Everything good. Everybody should be everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I mean. And you got so many youth in this. They probably have an identity crisis like a motherfucker more than ever at this juncture. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of stuff that they have access to and stuff that they're able to see and view and what they say, they don't say the eyes is the window to the soul for no reason. You know what I mean? They those windows are something else, especially for the youth. You see what I mean? Um, and again, a lot of people are coping with what they call childhood trauma. Now why a lot of people coping with childhood trauma? So that would say what? That would say what? When people say, you don't date no one damaged. Man, majority of people, unless your shit was just immaculate all the way through. Unless your shit was immaculate all the way through your childhood experience or whatever, and everything was just everything, every memory, every millisecond, you know what I'm saying, was just every decision made, everything, you know what I mean? And then like I said, nah, man, you know what I'm saying, nah, man, so the youth is a lot more advanced than ever. You know what I mean? They're figuring out the same old get your degree and get this. They figuring out that is outdated and obsolete. And it's like a lot of the what they call adults got to figure out that we got to catch up with the youth. You feel me? It was a lot of the youth. That's what I was saying about the firearm thing. They're gonna see the firearm shit depending on most instances, unless they in a fucking gated community or some type of. But either way, they gonna still take it in with videos. They're still gonna look at that type of stuff. They still got access to whatever. You know what I mean? Even if it's on a movie, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be more than likely. So it's just like if you see them with some type of fascination to the street or the this and that, you get them around certain people that been there and done that shit. You, as far as they've reformed themselves, you know what I'm saying? Because we all know, even in our era, whatever era, 60s, 70s, 80s, baby, whatever, 90s, baby, whatever, you already know. Even when we just like, even when what's the simple example? When somebody said, "Don't go by that stove, it's hot." It was something that in some of us that we just had to see if what feel like. Some of us, some of them, they, those, whoever, had to see what this sensation of hot feel like. Some youth that, hey man, I've been there, man. You know what I'm saying? I did my little, it just depending on the circumstance. Man, I was going down that path, but then I started playing sports. I started doing this and that. Or I did my little time behind the wall, or this and that. Then I reformed myself. Now, again, this is why I tell people, in all of our walks and all of our journeys from infantile all the way up, it's these multi choices. It's these multi choices. Now some choices is like, if you were the youth that was a little more advanced than the parents or handlers around you at the moment, sometimes you had to make decisions for them without them knowing, like certain things, like uh if I knew something just didn't taste good to me, or if it was just too much salt or something, I'm gonna throw that shit away. You know what I mean? I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk somewhere and figure out a way to throw that shit away. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of time, a lot of instances, you have misguided what adults. That's what usually just what adult children. You see what I'm saying? In most instances, yes, because what we all want to what most people want to what tap into the fountain of what youth, right? You see a lot of people around here want to what preserve their youth in unproductive ways. When I say unproductive ways, that means putting artificial shit on your face, putting chemicals on your face, different or chemicals on your body, different things of that nature. As far as with the men, certain dudes, you ODing on, liquor and different shit like that, and partaking in different shit that want to impress whomever. You see what I'm saying? By poisoning ourselves. So, like I said, this part one, I appreciate you. Like I said, this big tug of war with the melanin man and woman, just overall, whether it's intellectually, whether it's mentally, and like I said, I understand shit. Look, man, we don't control. Look, we don't control what, pause, no homo, fella. We don't control what, sack or whatever we come out of, yo. You know what I mean? A lot of people say we decided, but all I'm saying is when we roll the dice and we get to this dimension, and we just pretty much placed in certain circumstances and situations. In a lot of instances, we have to shed a lot of that shit off in order to have functionality and have healthy, what they call quote unquote healthy relationships. Whether it's on an intimate level, personal level, professional level, or whatever have you, we have to shed a lot of that shit off. A lot of us compartmentalize it. Men and women, we compartmentalize the depression, the stress, the drama, the parent stuff, the people not, just whatever, the discouragement, the whatever. Because I'm gonna do a whole show on your Earth family versus your cosmic family. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of beings are seeking. They're seeking that, that universal, what I'm saying, fam, that they could just, that's consistently walking the walk, talking the talk, doing the disciplines, doing the this and that. So you see what I'm saying, on a consistent basis, and not just for show. And yeah, even if you have a moment of relaxing, or what they call it, falling off, falling back, you don't fall off too much. What they say, you don't fall off the horse or whatever, fall off too much, off your dean, off your shit. So yeah, man. Ladies, do a lot more analytics as far as the feminine energies and the women that you know what I'm saying, you rocking with, you talking to, the ones that's calling you and inboxing you, your homegirls, and the aunties and the different things. You know what I'm saying? For the ones that are being proactive and seeking clarity and seeking closure. From a lot of the women, what I'm saying, in their life that may have caused certain mental dysfunction or mental disorders or lack of self confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the youth girls, you know what I'm saying, or a lot of the young girls like to wear wigs. A lot of that shit come from what the women that they see. You know what I'm saying? That don't have self-confidence in their own personal crown, unless it's like a special situation where, oh, your crown don't grow, or you got like some type of situation where, they cancer, whatever, like that. But you know what I'm saying? We already know that's just a dysfunction within the body, and they got herbs and all of that. They can reverse all of that. They got books and all that. But anyway, so they most, like in certain eras in '70s, '80s, where it was more so the natural crown before they started, what, what they call it, they start blending in the damn relaxers. You see what I'm saying? The relaxers and the bleaches and the, you know what I'm saying? And this is how you gotta be pristine like this, and pristine like this. This Eurocentric copy of this, you know, this person. You see what I'm saying? Some sort of bourgeoisie, bougie. That's why you see some women use the word they bougie something, bougie something. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like they have that uh, on clothes, or they might have it on their media page, bougie this or that or something. So you got a lot of bourgeois, you know what I'm saying, that you know anyway, so yeah. It's like a reflection of each other. It's like, women are saying, oh, a lot of women are saying, oh, the men are weak, or the men are getting weaker, or these men are protected more, and such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? But then we gotta look, we gotta reflect and say, well, damn, if it's an overwhelming amount of single moms and single sisters now, at some point, it's gotta be the manufacturers. And I'm not saying placing the blame all on the manufacturer. However, the manufacturer takes a lot of the, what they say, high risk, high reward. You hear me? And then high risk, sometimes, high consequences. A lot of high consequences, ain't it? So when that's just when the manufacturer, once the manufacturer is by itself, you gotta make certain decisions. Like, okay, when people say a lot of women will say, well, I got more masculines, I've been singing single so long and I've been doing it by myself so long. That doesn't mean get more masculine. That doesn't mean become more masculine because you have to pay bills on your own. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you like I'm still figuring that one out. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, so when you first got your first apartment and you were paying bills by yourself, you still thought it was, I don't know, or because that's what people equate to, or most women are equating to masculine. Like, I'm having to, like, or maybe some of them are thinking like they don't like to do certain shit. They don't like to fix the car. They don't want to get their hands dirty like that. They don't want to get under their hood. They don't want to, or they don't want to go to the car dealer and deal with the mechanics and shit. And some women don't want to take out the trash and garbage and just do certain little tasks and shit. You know what I mean? And once they doing it for a minute when they single, that shit start, a lot of women start coming to that realization. You seeing women there like, I want to do it. I thought I was in my whatever girl phase, or my soft girl phase, or my feminine, what is it, feminist movement girl phase, or whatever. And they coming out of that shit, slowly but surely. Some of them coming out of it super, super fast. But a lot of them coming out of that shit slowly but surely, like, well, fuck that, I need them. You even seeing like a lot of them certain, you seeing a lot of certain, selection is key. Selection is selection. And, selection and character, you know what I'm saying, is the most part. That people say a person's character be hidden. So that's why when people say you got to build trust, but that's just an ongoing thing. Because like I tell people, how long people been around somebody for 20, 30, 50, whatever many years, and they did you dirty as shit, and y'all don't fuck with each other no more. So I mean, to correspond, like, oh yeah, I'm about to be around this person a certain amount of years, and that's gonna guarantee that, goddamn it, these motherfuckers ain't gonna fuck me over in some sort of instance. You know what I'm saying? Now, yes, with some people you can guarantee that. I mean, just you risking a whole lot of yourself if you think like that. You overthink. Like, oh man, trust is gonna be built in this certain amount of time and space of these certain amount of years, and even when it is all of these amount of what do they call it? What we call it? duration of time or duration we've been around each other, or let me get a little sippy sip, or duration we've been around each other, or affiliated or associated or whatever, aided. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, are we looking at the reflecting on the experiences we have, and our people been, because like I said, you like right now, people are in different journeys of their life, and I don't like to really say that age and numbers and shit, because people are just now addressing shit from, they might be quote unquote 40, 50, whatever, and they addressing shit from when they was 5, you know what I mean? When they was 10, you know what I mean? When they 15, 12, 13, shit like that, you know what I mean? So it's just, I really don't really get into as far as like, tying age to like some sort of intellectual depth, or like some sort of intellectual sharpness or savviness, you know what I mean? That's not, oh, that come with age. Now they come with experiences that you have access to. Huh? Don't intelligence come from experiences that me, them, they, those, whoever have access to. So if they're pleasant, if they're knowledgeable, if they're righteous, if they're da 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 da, then well-rounded, of course, it's going to be greater things. If they're catastrophic experiences, then you're going to have like a lot of people that's trauma bonded. And like I said, you're going to trauma bond regardless, because everybody has a certain level of fucking trauma. Everybody has a certain level of trauma. Now, it may be situated, a certain way. It may be positioned a certain way. They may deal with it or cope with it in decent ways or whatever. But everybody has that shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has that. So certain levels of it is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So to be thinking like, oh, I'm just about to meet somebody with no trauma type shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that's what a lot of beings are thinking type shit. You see what I'm saying? Like it's about to be this Shangri-La of like all of these different beings that just not that didn't have no trauma, or didn't have no traumatic experiences, or didn't have any type of mishaps or missteps or misdecisions, or yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking people is thinking that shit. Some is hundreds of people, beings, whatever, that are thinking that type of shit. They are thinking in that type of form of way, in whatever their version of it is. You know what I mean? See, the thing about delusion, you get into illusion. Hmm? When the thing about being so far in delusion, you get into you get to the illusion. You get into so many genres. People say don't be negative. Let's say if a little girl been pumped up, hey, you look great, you look good, you look good, you look good, you look great, you look great all the time, and there's not like a balance of some sort of critiquing, because you see now, come on now, you see a lot of girls and stuff, and women, even women, wear stuff that don't fit your body. It don't fit your body type. It's not accentuating nothing. It's not making you look whatever. You just wearing a romper, knowing it's just certain stuff that I know you see in women just wearing it, and it's like I'm looking at it like, baby, why? Like what? Why? Like you supposed to wear something that accentuates your body type. You overdig me, not just, oh, let me throw on some shit because it's mad women wearing this shit. You know what I mean? Ah, So then, like I said, fellas, y'all gotta stop being in competition with the women that wear little shit, wear little tight pants and little outfits, and like I say, a lot of women condoning that shit. It was an era back when where women would not fuck with no dude with no little ass shit on. No less, no feminine ass ways and dresses and all this other type of ass shit going on. People evolve now. People got dumbed down. People got more indoctrinated. Yeah, people evolved in their indoctrination. That's what motherfuckers have done. People have evolved more in their indoctrinated ass brain and habits and ways. Don't tell me shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Real shit. On every front, whether it's dressing, dudes wearing tight shit, you know what I mean? Women want to be like men. Like the person that did that traumatic experience to you or that traumatic situation to you or whatever, is so crazy how most quote unquote victims of that, they want to be more like. That's where that Stockholm syndrome shit come from. I be talking about. You would think they would want to rebel as far as like be more into the reversal. You see what I'm saying? But when traumatic experience, now they might not go as far as being what they call a stud, like literally transforming yourself or wanting to like literally go as far as taking the shots and the da 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 da. But then you got different levels. You got the semi studs, you know what I mean? They gonna just put on the dude clothes and then put on like kind of they're gonna get into that alter ego of, okay, this is kind of how a man walk. This is kind of how, you know, dude, you know, the masculine of the what they would call a lesbian type of situation. You see what I'm saying? Type of thing. You see what I'm saying? Because you usually don't see two films. Why is that? Why do you need a masculine element if you hate the masculine? Why do you need the masculine element? Why wouldn't you want more feminine elements around? You figure deal me? So you usually that usually, even if it's like a feminine masculine type of shit, because I've seen those type of joints. You see what I mean? Where they're more feminine a little, you know, they dress the feminine, well, but they still, you can kind of tell, okay, well, which one is the masculine role though? You see. So then you have like I said, man, I can go so many different directions with this, man. With this tug of war, man, the petty arguments, man, men begging for cooperation and submission. And like I say, ladies, you got to be selective. You know what I'm saying? Not begging, but yelling it out, talking, saying it, articulating it, yelling it out. God damn it. Whatever they doing, you know what I mean? Doing shows about it. You know what I mean? Women were so happy that a dude went to the other dimension or whatever, unalive or went to another dimension because he was wanting to make beings better. You know what I'm saying? Shame, guilt, and the need to be right. You know, people. It was so many women that was happy to see him up out of here, man. And if you notice, a lot of people love when the melanin man go down. B, huh? You don't see that? We don't see that shit, man. We don't see the constant menstrual shows. We don't see the constant exploitation of our goddamn, which again is a whole lot of goddamn choosing. When people say in the pimp world, choosing, you gotta choose motherfucking wisely. And it's a lot of it's a lot of dumb decision and a lot of choices going on. And what people are subscribing to. And then like I said, propaganda don't do what the fuck propaganda does. Like they're gonna do what the fuck they do best. I mean that's their goal, to keep shit fucked up. Everything come with a certain intellectual caveat. Yeah, I'm not gonna give my submission or cooperating to any dude. Duh. And you will hope a dude wouldn't cooperate with any chick, right? Ain't it? It's always been duality. Everybody's a provider of wisdom, resources, what the specialties, fucking skill sets. Everybody's a provider. Everybody's a protector of mind, body, soul, spirit, physical. maybe sometimes financial, whatever. Huh? This is what I'm saying. That's a lot of the arguments be about, like, who supposed to be the provider, who supposed to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. You ain't doing it. And then, like I told y'all, how the fuck is it an accomplishment to be talking about paying some fucking bills? Again, I really need you to embrace this in your mind, body, soul, and goddamn spirit, and goddamn yellow, so you can motherfucking hear it. The object is to not pay bills, or to pay less bills as possible. Not to brag about how many bills your ass is paying. What the fuck is going on? Please explain it. I would love someone to give me that explanation. Please, how is that something to brag about? I'm just asking. I really am. I really am, fam. It's this, so much of this dating shit is based on I know how to be a functioning adult because I accumulated certain amounts of debts. So in order for you to cooperate with me, or us together, you got to be able to pay some of the debts that I accumulated. But this is what a lot of people are saying. Whomever is saying this, women, men, whoever, I accumulated them, they, those. You accumulated all these fucking debts, right? Or whatever, bills, debts, whatever you want to call the shit. And that person just supposed to come on in and be like, hey, let me go ahead and now again, that's called a sugar mama, sugar baby, sugar, you know what I mean, sugar daddy. That's a pimp. I keep goddamn telling people that shit. You need to go ahead and get you a pimp or a sugar mama, sugar baby, sugar daddy situation. That's what you need to do. But you got to be eligible for that type of shit. Because they going to be wanting what? Some type of selection and shit too. They going to be having some boundaries and requirements and some shit they going to be asking of your ass too. Correct? Correct or not? I'm just asking, correct or not? On any type of one of them levels, they going to be wanting something back too. Multiple things and whatever. Back too. Hmm? Hmm? Fellas, some of these women are so far gone, they willing to go to porta potties. They willing to get dumped on, literally shitted on, to get some money, to get some popularity. You ain't gonna be able to surpass that unless you into that type of shit. And still, you gotta still be able to kick out the other shit, the money, the shit they seeking. You not gonna be able to beat that. You ain't gonna be able to surpass that. Huh? It's too many stats is out. It's too much data that's out. It's too much shit that's out. Why would men want to be gung-ho about getting married in this obsolete shit unless they already stuck or whatever, when they see when a lot of dudes that's helping their woman get to her goals and find herself and find her feminine self and all of this other shit, they see all of these different versions of dudes, men, they homies, goddamn, motherfuckers that was their homeboy back in the day, goddamn it, motherfuckers, people, celebrities, everybody. They see these men getting fucked the fuck over. Hmm? And then on a lot of these shows, you see in the now I don't, well, maybe it's for the moment, but you see in a lot of the mentality, a lot of, now look, it was a little young, it was a teenage, beyond teenage, he probably about 21, 22. He was on that balloon popping dating shit. And he asked the chick, what's 7 times 3? That's why I say that being a pretty dummy. See, now even the young youth males and ladies, you got to get your daughters hip to this. If you got daughters that want to be pretty and stupid and pretty and not mentally and intellectually sharp shit, It's a lot of the young in it, but it's been going on though. It's been going on in different eras. That what you got a lot being pushed. Be pretty, and be raunchy. Be disrespectful to yourself. Fumble not just the bag. Sometimes the bag is the king that you got, the Nehru that you got. Cause the Nehru that you got is so rare. And yeah, multiple women gonna want him, but it depends on how he carried it. You not telling me every dude out here lying. Some women know exactly what the fuck they getting. Some women are knowing exactly what the fuck they are getting. Some men are knowing exactly what motherfuckers are getting. You are getting, or you gonna be getting in the short term, long term, or every term, ain't it? Yeah, we can only use the "I was young and I was so young" alibi for so long. You can only use that, that right there. You know what I mean? I mean, cause we all use it. Yeah, man, I was young. It was. Yeah, we know, we get it. Law of attraction. Whatever you goddamn put out, you gonna get that reaction. If you are in an environment where you should know that it's traffic and all this different stuff going on, or cat calling, what they call cat calling, where it's dudes that want to holler at you, but a lot of women want to be hollered at. Stop playing with your damn self. You better stop playing with yourself, whether it be actually or literally, figuratively. Stop playing with yourself. Because you literally will have women that's thriving on that attention, but then when that shit go away, oh man, it's nothing like seeing a desperate chick for attention. Or a desperate person for a guy. I'm talking about overly desperate. Ain't nothing like seeing that shit. And in delusion, and then getting into the illusion. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, man. You got the women that supposed to be grandmothers and great grandmothers, they out here competing. They want to get some of that young thing. They want some of that young thing. They want that old thing back. They don't want that old thing back. They want that young thing back. To break their motherfucking back. Now y'all see now, y'all can be in denial. All you want to be. You can be in denial all you want to be, thinking grandma is the way she used to be back in the days when you know the fuck she isn't. Majority of instances. Hmm? Huh? Or what they call Nana. Or what the ones that's in the, what they would, quote unquote, the great grandmama. Great grandmother. They not baking no pies and teaching you skills and household chores and skills and most instances shit. And then most of them either poisoning themselves or doing unproductive stuff. So that's a whole nother line. That back call that big mama syndrome. Grandma is out here wanting to get a little thing, and so the men, which was the elder men or the senior men, whatever, they like, well, shit, I want something young too. That what you seeing? That what you seeing? That I'm telling I'm telling you, man. Look, let's not act like, man. Come on, man. Come on. A lot of grandmamas, they don't want to watch them grandbabies, nigga, because a lot of instances, a lot of these situations with the grandbabies are unbearable as fuck. And then it be instances where the grandma is unbearable as fuck, or the auntie, or the whoever. It's a lot of people that's coping with their dysfunction through that fucking bottle, that liquor bottle, and them cigarettes and them Black and Miles, and a lot of unproductive other pills and other shit. You know what I mean? Even if it's prescription drugs or prescription shit, you know, they just fucking themselves over slow. That's why we see a wide range of people that's getting it, but a lot of them that don't. You know, a lot of when you talk about nutrition and health and wealth and wellness and all of that, a lot of instances they don't want to hear that shit. They turned off by that. So anyway, look, man, peace and love, Royal Day. I appreciate you. Cosmic Mind UV. Make sure you share this part one. You know what I'm saying? Men versus women, black men versus black women, indigenous, copper tone. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this to somebody. Make sure you check out all of the other shows that I've just done in the last few months. And also, what we got? What else we got? What else we got? If you would like to be on the show to do an interview, these are the packages right here. You know what I'm saying? These are the packages for the show. If you would like to do an interview, we have affordable packages right here. So make sure you check that out. I'm wrapping it up now, y'all. Make sure y'all check out our menu as far as booking for your events, your different things you got coming up, your different events, your meal plans, your meal consultations and stuff like that, because a lot of beings are wanting to figure out, nutritionally what to do and different things for your pH balance, acidic levels, and different things. So, for those consultations, make sure you link up with Jesus Soul Love, and I'm on her because she has Soul Searcher. You see what I'm saying? That's her contact right there for an appointment up there to the top left. And just make sure you contact. You know what I'm saying? And let's be proactive and not so reactive all the time. We got to be reactive sometimes, but we got to be reactive in an intelligent manner. So peace, love, royal day, of blessings and abundance. Hope all is well. One.